Hey everyone, have you ever wondered why your super expensive SSD or pendrive not providing the full speed that is advertised on the box? So today we will be talking about the different types of USB Type A connectors. First, let's define Type A. This is the standard A connector. It's rectangular, flat, and it's been the industry standard for over 25 years. Physically, they are backwards compatible. You can plug a 10-year-old mouse into a brand new PC and it will work. But if you look inside the port, you'll see the real difference. Now let's talk about different types of USB. USB 1.0 is the classic port that solved one of tech's messiest problems, the cable nightmare of the 1990s. Back before USB became standard, every device had its own unique connector. Printers had one cable, cameras had another, keyboards and mouse had PS2 port. It created a giant mess of incompatible cables. USB-A helped clean all that up by becoming the main connector for everyday devices. USB 2.0 arrived in 2000 and suddenly everything got easier. USB 2.0 is recognized with black color port. It introduced a massive speed jump. It had a speed of 480 megabits per second compared to its predecessor of 12 megabits. Printers, webcams, external hard drives, even those old plug-in game controllers all ran on USB 2.0's black ports, which quickly became the standard everywhere. USB 3.0, introduced in 2008, indicated with blue color. This jumped the speed from 480 megabits to 5 gigabits per second. That is over 10 times faster. USB 3.0 allowed for full duplex communication, meaning data can be sent and received at the same time. It's also known as superspeed USB. This was the upgrade that finally made transferring big files not feel like a punishment. USB 3.1. It is indicated with teal color. Now here is where it gets messy. USB naming is a disaster. There were two generations within this. The previous USB 3.0 was now called USB 3.1 Gen 1. Everything else was same. The same ports, same shape, same connector, but each one somehow ended up with 2 or 3 names. And then the real upgrade was USB 3.1 Gen 2, which was the new port indicated with the color teal. It had speed of 10 gigabits. Now let's move on to USB 3.2. USB 3.2. The renaming scheme comes back again. Now USB 3.0 was rebranded as USB 3.2 Gen 1. USB 3.2 Type A port can only provide speed of 10 gigabits. It is indicated by red color. It also introduced lane system. Previous USB versions sent data down a single lane. USB 3.2 Gen 2 by 2 uses 2 lanes simultaneously. It takes two 10 gigabits lanes and runs them together to get 20 gigabits. The catch, because it needs extra wires for that second lane, USB 3.2 Gen 2 by 2 only works with USB-C connectors. You cannot have this speed on a standard rectangular Type A port. To make it even more confusing, manufacturers started mixing colors: blue, teal, red, sometimes even black USB 3 ports. So if you ever looked at your laptop and wondered, why are there so many color on USB? That's why. The good news, no matter the name, USB 3 ports are all fast and backward compatible. The bad news, understanding which gen you actually have, got a lot harder without reading manual. Quickly figure out what's what. Blackport USB 2.0, use this for your mouse and keyboard, save the fast ports for other stuff. Blueport USB 3.0, use this for flash drives and normal external drives. Redport USB 3.2, use this for high-speed NVMe SSD enclosures or fast charging your phone. Take note that all manufacturers might not follow the color scheme and just give you all black ports or any other color. Another important topic we are going to cover is USB heating and throttling. USB gets warm after data transfer due to pushing electricity through the tiny circuits of a flash drive or SSD controller encounters resistance. This resistance converts electrical energy into heat. So inside a USB enclosure is doing the same work as a desktop hard drive, but it is crammed into a stick the size of a pack of gum. There is very little surface area for that heat to escape. So if it gets hot, it reduces speed in order to work within the specified temperature range. So you will see good initial transfer speed, but then it will slow down. It's totally normal. Did you notice that speeds mentioned on USB packaging is measured in gigabits, not gigabytes? 1 gigabyte equals 8 gigabits. So, for example, you bought a USB 3.0 drive that advertises speed of up to 5 gigabits. So 5,000 divided by 8 equals 625 megabytes per second. So don't be confused next time you see 5 gigabits printed and think why you don't get those speeds. If this cleared up the confusion, hit that like button. I'll see you in the next one.